Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Welcome back. I know it's been a while. Today we're going to do a Q&A while I take down my braids. I'm just gonna get started. You guys asked some pretty good questions. It's late and I need to finish taking down my braids as quickly as I possibly can. The first question is, what do you put into consideration before you visit a country slash city? Honestly, not much. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Not a lot. So for example, this last trip I was on, I didn't even like put in any 2 cents really, because I was like a last minute addition to the trip. So I didn't really have much of a say in terms of where we were gonna go. I did say I wanted to go to Paris, so that's really what my input was. I did want to go to Paris again, but other than that, I don't really put that much thought and consideration into like selecting a country or city. For example, when I went to the Maldives and Sri Lanka and I went with my sister, she just asked me where I wanted to go as like a graduation present, and at the time I just wanted to relax. That's it. I just wanted to relax. So I picked Maldives, and then she wanted to do an extra country, and the closest one was like I believe it was Sri Lanka, and then there were like a few others, but I was like, yeah, I'd like to go to Sri Lanka, so we went to Sri Lanka. So I went to Abu Dhabi first, went to Maldives, and then we went to Sri Lanka. That I literally just picked because I just wanted to go to the Maldives. It looked like a really nice bougie place to go and relax. That's really all that I thought about. Yes, I've seen pictures of it, of course, and videos of it. I just knew what the vibe was. When you get to Maldives, you know, they take you to your resort, and like every resort is pretty much the same. You know, you have your waterfront bungalow or whatever they call them. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I don't really put much into consideration. My sister pretty much books everything. I always joke around with her that all I want to do is attend, like show up and look pretty. I don't want to have to think too much about anything. I don't know if that even answers your question, but I don't really think too deeply about things. I usually just see like a picture or a video of someone traveling and I'm like, oh, that place looks nice. I'd like to go there. That's really it. This last trip, I kind of helped with a few things, but my graduation present, Maldives and Sri Lanka, I literally didn't do anything. I just showed up. I like that though. I don't like stressing myself with travel things. But when I went to the UK and Paris last winter, yeah, that was like on me to like book excursions and whatnot. But traveling, when I travel with my sister, anytime I travel with my sister, she's usually booking almost everything. I don't really put much into consideration. That's just the honest truth. I need to hurry up or I'm gonna be taking out these braids for the rest of the night. The next question is, do you have any advice for girls in their early 20s? Honestly, I feel like knowing what I know now, I would have told myself, I'm like 25 now, so what I would have told myself early 20s is just to write down what I feel like I want. Like actually write it down. So I'm just gonna give you the advice I wish I knew when I turned 20, or like when I was in my early 20s. I wish I like had some sort of goal and then plans to achieve those goals. I was just kind of winging life. I'm not even joking. I didn't know what I wanted. I was very confused, and it's okay to feel that way, honestly. If you're confused, that's fine. But I would suggest just write down what you feel like you want for yourself and for your future, and then what you could do to make those things happen. That's the best advice I can give you. It'll save you a lot of like headache later on, and you'll waste less time. But ultimately, sometimes you do have to stumble and fall and get back up in order to move forward. Honestly, you do. And it happens to almost everybody. There's not one person I've spoken to who just woke up one day and everything was perfect. It's really not ever going to be perfectly perfect, but you can definitely make it easier or make it better by just having an idea of what you want for yourself. It takes the burden off, you know, the what's it called, the quarter life crisis. It'll soften that a lot, because I went through that for sure, but I feel much better now. I feel like I'm like on a good path, and I've kind of figured it out for myself. At least I think I have. Even though I still feel like I'm like learning myself. That's like the best advice I can give you. And the next question is, what do you want to achieve in life that you feel like you haven't? Woo, that's really deep. Honestly, I feel like I'm like on the path to achieving what I want. So I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything yet, but like 5 years from now, if nothing does happen, I would feel like I'm missing out on something. But everything that's meant to happen will happen in time, and I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything right now in my life. I like where I am. I'm happy, to be honest. If I don't achieve the goals that I've set for myself, like within the next 5 years, then I would feel like I'm missing out on something. But right now, I'm pretty happy with where I am. I feel like things are going according to plan, and yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. So the next question is, what are your top 3 hair tips? I say this all the time, and I think people want to hear me say, oh, go buy this, go buy that. It's gonna grow out your hair. But the truth is, the only thing that's going to make a difference if you've been struggling to grow your hair is to reduce breakage. So my top 3 tips would be: 1, be gentle; 2, protective style; and 3, keep your hair like soft and moisturized and conditioned. Those are like the top 3 most important things. Like, if you were to be gentle, stop breaking your hair, stop ripping out your hair, guys. That's like your #1 problem. I promise you, if you stop ripping out your hair while you see how I'm taking my time taking out my braids. I'm on the second one and we're like 13 minutes in. This is not good. I'm gonna be here the whole night. But yeah, those are my top 3 tips. If you do those things, you are going to be Gucci. You're gonna see length retention, and your hair's gonna be growing, as they say, but really it's just you retain your length. Your hair is growing regardless. So yeah. The next question is, do you see yourself getting into content creation full-time? Honestly, yes. Like that is the ultimate goal. I can't even believe how far I've made it, like on TikTok. I just made a promise to myself to like post consistently on there because it was easier to post on there. It took up a lot less time. So like literally, I think it was like on the 3rd day, I had 15,000 followers, and I just couldn't believe it. TikTok is definitely one of the easier apps to grow on. That was in March, and we're in July now, like the ending of July, and I'm getting brand deals. Like, I've gotten my first brand deal. I'm like in the process of getting my 4th one. It's just insane to me. I can't even believe like companies are finding me through TikTok and emailing me that they want to work with me, and brands sending me PR. Like, I can't believe it. But honestly, this is just the beginning. I am still very small. I have 26,600 and some change followers, and it's been going up slowly. So I'm really trying to grow my YouTube too. YouTube is my baby, and she's tough. She's tough to grow, and she's hard to, it's just hard. Okay, YouTube is a lot harder. The editing takes longer. It just requires a lot of time and energy. But yes, to answer your question, I do see myself doing this full time. And yeah, hopefully I do get to do that eventually. Yeah, my goal was to just get to 10,000 followers by the end of 2023, and I got that in like 2 days in like March. Like, once I started, 2 days after I started posting, I achieved 10,000 followers, and I just can't believe that's like something that's possible. And I just understand it's just the way TikTok works. It's a very if your content finds the right people and it's relatively good, it's gonna do well. So if you're thinking about starting, you should start on TikTok if you're having trouble on other apps. Because Instagram, girl, I don't know how to use Instagram. I've tried with Instagram, I don't know. So yeah, I definitely do see myself doing this full time since I am so small. I just can't even imagine like how much better it would be if I had like hundreds of thousands of followers, or like millions even, you know? So definitely see myself doing this full time. I avoided TikTok for so long because I was like, why? It was Musically. I was like, why would I be on TikTok? I know I'm not gonna be on there dancing. I was like, that's like not the app for me. And then, you know, it started changing slowly. People started posting like tutorials and just you know, educational stuff. So that's why I downloaded it. That's where it started. And I had the app for like 2 years, I think, before I posted anything. So definitely do see myself doing content creation. How did I get into content creation? I think initially it started on YouTube like in 2017 or something. And I got to like 1,000 something subscribers, and then I just stopped. I just stopped uploading completely. And now I'm like back, but now it's more hair and, you know, beauty and fashion and skincare and sewing And I used to do a little bit of that before, but I feel like I didn't have any direction. I was just kind of winging everything. But now I feel like I'm more strategic, and it's working. It's working, to be honest. So that's, I'd say, how I started. I just like talking about the stuff I'm interested in. So like hair and beauty and perfume and fashion and skincare. That's really all it is. I just started talking about that, and it really, I feel like this time around it started off of like hair, because a lot of people send me messages. A lot of people send me messages asking me about their hair, and I was like, this would be so much easier to tackle if I just had like a place people could go to and watch my videos. So I was like, let me go start posting on TikTok. That's literally how it started, and within like 3 days I had 15,000 followers. So yeah, that's how I got into it. The next question is your current favorite song. Honestly, I don't feel like I have a favorite song right now. I listen to like my top 2 favorite songs. I listen to them to death, and I don't think I like them anymore. Like, I've listened to them too many times, and I just haven't been listening to them with like, oh yeah, this is my favorite song. It's Sprinter by Dave and Central C. It's a good song, I like it. And Back Outside Boys. So those songs, I guess, would be my favorite. I've just listened to them way too many times, and now I'm not really listening to any music, to be honest. And I listen to the crap out of them. That doesn't even answer your question, but the answer to your question is I don't really have a favorite song right now. But if I had to say, it's between Sprinter and Back Outside Boys by Drake. The next question is, what does success look like for you? Success for me, honestly, is just checking off all the goals in like my goal notebook. Let me get the book. Where is it? Where's she at? So yeah, success to me would be checking off all my goals from my goal notebook, and this is the book right here. And I write in it like a couple times a week, and I just check up on everything. And every quarter I do a quarterly update to see how far I've gotten, and every quarter there is progress in most of the categories. It's just a great way to keep tabs on your goals, because what I used to do is just, you know, say out into the open that I have this goal, I have that goal, I have this goal, that's my goal, and I'd forget about it, and I wouldn't check up on it ever until the next year, and I'd be like, oh shoot. And then, you know, I'd have my goals for the year again. It would be like the same things and nothing would change. So I was like, we need to make a change here. We needed to make some habits. I started reading the Atomic Habits. That's all where this came from. So I didn't just like conjure it up myself. So I was like, okay, I have these goals. I'm not seeing any progress. How can I see progress? You know, so within a week, I try to move some of these goals forward. So every week there's a little progress, or every other week, or every month there's just something happening, something is moving forward. And it's so satisfying. I recommend for you guys to do it. So yeah, I write down my goals, and me achieving, even if it's just half of those goals, I would be so satisfied. But so far, I think I've checked off, like for this year, I've checked off most of my goals for this year. Like for this year, I've completed a lot of my goals. But I'm not sure, long-term wise, there's still a lot to be done, like my long-term goals. But success for me is just accomplishing my short-term and long-term goals. Like that's what success is to me. And being content and being satisfied with them once they're completed. Traveling tips. Get an older sister. I'm joking. Get your older sister to do all the hard work for you, all the, you know, heavy lifting, so you don't have to. Seriously, I'd say being organized is like the best thing you could do for yourself. So knowing what you want to do on what day, where you're gonna go, like every day should be somewhat mapped out. Like the more organized you, unless you're like a traveler that just wings everything, that's fine. But what if you wing everything, your things are going to be overbooked and you're going to miss out on great experiences. So I'd say some great tips would be to just be very thorough and start booking way in advance if you can, like months in advance, so you don't wait till last minute, because if you do, you won't you'll miss out on some good experiences. And then in my opinion, the best time to travel to a location is when it's like off peak, so when it's less busy. Because oh my god, during the winter, during the summer, everywhere is busy. It doesn't matter where you go, it's so busy, everywhere is packed, there's so many people. But when you go off season, it's just so much calmer. Just try to go off season if you can. So those are like my 2 tips. Y'all, I'm talking so much, I'm forgetting to take out all my braids. Anyways, we're gonna be here very late. My biggest insecurity. I think my biggest insecurity used to be, I used to have a crooked tooth. Just one, like in my front tooth, one of them was crooked. And it came out like that when I was a kid. I think it's because it wasn't like the tooth that was there. My baby tooth was knocked out when I was playing soccer. So I think that affected the way my adult teeth came out. It took forever for it to come out when my baby tooth got knocked out. So I don't know if that affected it or anything, but it came out a little crooked and I used to hate it so much, but it's fixed now. So it's not really an insecurity at all anymore, but it was. I absolutely hated how it looked because my other teeth were straight, and then you had this one crooked tooth that would ruin everything for all the other teeth. But yeah, that's really what my insecurity was. I don't like it when my makeup creases. That's not really an insecurity. I just I smile really hard. Like when I smile like I can't help myself. I just cheese really hard and I get creases and I hate it. It drives me insane. Sometimes I don't, depending on how I do my makeup. I notice the lighter it is, I hardly ever have that problem, but yeah, that drives me insane. It really annoys me. But yeah, that's really all I have to say, is that it was that crooked tooth, but it's been fixed, so it doesn't bother me anymore. If I cut my hair, will it finally be even? If you go to a salon and get it cut, yes, they can even it out for you, but don't do it yourself. Or don't get someone that doesn't know how to cut hair to cut your hair. Go to a salon and get it cut, like to a good salon that knows how to cut hair. Is personality or looks more important to you? Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, it can't be one or the other, because you don't wanna, you can't just be a pretty face and then there's like nothing else to work with, you know? And it can't be the latter, because who doesn't want to talk to someone, you know, they like looking at? So both. Like, I don't know why it has to be one or the other. I can't see myself being with someone who I don't find attractive or isn't attractive to me, and or being with someone that's attractive and there's like nothing upstairs like in their head. I can't see that happening. It has to be both. So sorry if I didn't answer your question, but I can't have one or the other. It has to be both, because how can you be just a pretty face? I need something to work with other than you being good looking. I'm sorry, no offense to whoever that is. And yeah, well, those are really all the questions I got. I'm gonna finish taking out my braids, and yeah, this was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I tried answering all the questions as best as I could. I literally can't believe I only took out 3 braids. This is so bad. So I'm gonna watch a movie. I usually watch a movie when I'm doing my hair. I'm never talking to someone while I'm taking out my braids. And I don't just like sit and just do my hair. I can never do that. I'm on my 3rd braid, I think. Oh my god, I'm not sleeping early tonight anyways. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna try and take out all the rest of my braids, and I'll see you. I've literally only taken out 3 braids. That is crazy. In 30 minutes? Are you serious? What? That's insane. I'm sorry, I'm so slow. It's because I don't like breaking my hair, guys. It normally doesn't take me this long. I'm usually watching something and not talking and waving my hands around. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I hope I answered questions well enough. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I answered most of the questions that I could, that I felt like were good questions. I don't know what else everybody else was saying in there, but if you did enjoy watching this, please do subscribe, like the video, and yeah, thank you for watching. Bye. I'll see you in my next video. I'm really trying to be consistent. Posting on YouTube, it's just not easy, honestly. But yeah, I'll see you in my next video.